Nationwide, there's an estimated $100 billion in fraud from COVID relief programs. That's why the U.S. Attorney for Idaho announced the launch of the Idaho COVID-19 Fraud Task Force today. 10 federal agencies are part of this task force. It was created to investigate fraud from different pandemic relief programs. KTVB got an exclusive interview with Josh Hurwit before the force was announced. Our Jude Binkley is the one who did that interview. Jude, what do you have to say?
Well, Morgan, the launch of the task force also came with the announcement that Nicholas Jones, a former candidate for U.S. Congress, was sentenced to 30 months in federal prison and ordered to pay a $100,000 fine. It was for misusing $753,000 in COVID relief funds meant for his business. Instead, he used that money for personal expenses and his political campaign. That's one of 5 criminal cases that the COVID Fraud Task Force has charged in the last 3 months. There was also a civil case involving a farm. The agencies have been working to investigate fraud since the pandemic started. Some of the 10 federal agencies in the task force are the Small Business Administration, the IRS, FBI, and the Secret Service. Their goal is to investigate and prosecute cases related to people taking advantage of aid from the pandemic and hold them accountable.
There was an unfortunately large amount of fraud that occurred, not just in Idaho, but throughout the country in these programs. But, you know, the vast majority of people, the vast majority of businesses did things the right way. They followed the rules. And the criminals that committed these crimes, you know, really gave a slap in the face to every business, every worker that followed the rules and played by the rules. And we need to hold them accountable.
There are 3 types of cases the task force has been investigating. People setting up fake businesses to get COVID relief money, people falsifying information about their businesses to get extra money, and businesses misusing COVID relief funds. They want to recover money that was stolen from taxpayers who were the ultimate victims of these types of fraud. Hurwit emphasizes that they're not doing random audits. Their investigations are based on indicators of criminal fraud.
This task force is not out there looking at legitimate businesses or individuals who did the right thing. We're not knocking on doors. We are identifying leads based on data from, for example, PPP applications and other sources. Only then does the task force start to dig in and investigate whether there might be something that is criminal or perhaps a civil violation.
Now, out of those 5 criminal cases and the 1 civil case of COVID relief fraud in Idaho, the loss has been over $4 million. Hurwit expects that number to climb as they continue investigations.
Okay, so you said they've already charged cases, so why was this task force just announced today?
Well, Hurwit told me that different agencies have been investigating fraud since the start of the pandemic, but because of the recent success they've had with those cases, they wanted to make a formal task force for efficiency and to really streamline things.
Got it. And of course, send the message that this is not acceptable to anybody else who is considering doing this. All right, Jude, thank you.